And now, 6 Sports presents the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter.
Hey girl, props to our favorite J-Dubs cheerleader for getting us in the spirit for not only week 4 of the high school football season, but our big game on the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter. As always, we thank you for spending your Friday night with us. I'm Audrey Dahlgren.
And I'm Ian Kress. For the first time since 2017, Lansing Sexton came into tonight's game with a 3-0 record against Charlotte. And what do you know? The Orioles also came in 3-0. So this was a classic case of someone's O has got to go. A scary incident took place in the second quarter on the kickoff after a Sexton touchdown. A Charlotte player would suffer an injury and would have to be taken to the hospital via the ambulance. So our prayers go out to him and his family. And when play resumed, the Orioles were trailing 22-0 with Sexton looking to add to it in the second half. Van Reed comes up with a sack on 4th down to give the ball back to the Charlotte offense. But the Sexton defense was about as ruthless as they come. Diamore Andrews collects the interception, showing why the J-Dubs don't bend or break. Then how about the play of the night? Quarterback Joseph Pizzo looking to hand the ball off. Little miscommunication forces him to scramble, and he turns it into a thing of beauty. Pizzo, weaving his way through the defense, scores a 53-yard touchdown.
Oh.
Lansing Sexton wins 28-0, improving to 4-0 for the first time since 2014. And let's just say this team was hunting tonight.
I set up a thing where every week we have different type of animal that we're hunting. And so we considered them this week zebras because they're pretty fast and they've been getting away from us in the past, and you can see we love to hunt.
We worked this so hard this week. It took everything for us. Every day we came in disciplined, understood the assignment, and just came out, took a good dub.
We talked about being way more disciplined this week and also getting a shutout. So that's the proudest thing about tonight.
Yeah, the J-Dubs are rolling.
Yeah.
Well, with Sexton and Charlotte clashing against one another, there was still one more team in the white who came into tonight with a pristine record as well.
Yeah, this would be John Navarro's Portland Red Raiders. So how would they fare this evening? We're going to bring in the other 2 members of our team, Haley Schoengart and Tyler Driesinga. Guys, what do you know?
Yeah, hey guys, not only is Portland unbeaten this season, they've looked mighty impressive through week 3 as well.
That's right, the Raiders have won every game by at least 4 scores and have given up fewer than 10 points in every game. They welcomed in Lakewood this evening.
Yeah, their defense was out tonight, but so was their offense. The Raiders wasted no time marching down the field, and from a few yards out, Caden Thalen does the honors. Even with 2 defenders on him, he muscles his way across the line for 6. And there would be plenty more where that came from. On the next Portland possession, to be exact, this time Dominic Navarra airs it out and finds Evan Gross, who will not be denied. He jukes out the defender and takes it 31 yards to the casa. John Navarra and his Raiders were #red hot tonight, taking down Lakewood 56-0, the final.
As for another big matchup within the blue, DeWitt had a bye week after dropping week 2's game to Mason. And it would be much needed because they welcomed in the powerful East Lansing offense tonight.
Yeah, the Trojans put up 70 points last week. Yes, 70. And if you remember, when these two met last year, Jace Clorizio had himself a night, catching the game-sealing INT. So you know Rob Zimmerman and his Panthers did not want history to repeat itself. And let me tell you, things got a little wild. East Lansing would lead 24-14 at the break, but it wouldn't stay that way for long thanks to the Panthers QB1 himself, Mr. Elliot Larner. He punches it in from 1 yard out to bring DeWitt within 3. But then this guy would enter the chat. Now you'll want to watch this one closely. Glenn Fletcher hands it off to Duarte Sams Jr., who hits the outside and don't blink. He hurdles a defender, and the rest is history. And you know the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, this 1-2 punch was back at it again. If you give Sams Jr. any free space, forget about it. Sir, if you don't run track, I think you should, my friend. The Panthers would try and tie things up late, but the 4th down conversion would fall short. East Lansing comes out on top for a 2nd year in a row, 40-34 the final. And if you ask those guys, any win over the Panthers is always a good one.
Really, it was about going out here playing hard,
You know, we don't like these kids. I'm gonna just be real. We don't like these kids. We going out here to play hard and beat them every time. They got us a few years back. We had to get something back. Last year wasn't good enough, so we got it this year.
Lansing Everett at home to face Kalamazoo Loy Norrix. Let's take a second to give it up for the Everett O-line. We have a second to take because they give so much time to quarterback Najee Davidson on this play. He connects with Lejeune Lubrin for the touchdown. Then it's the defense stepping up for the Vikings. Lamar Gaines picks up the Loy Norrix fumble, and he's off to the races. Back the other way he goes. The only guys who are going to catch him are his teammates to celebrate with him in the end zone. The Vikings on a roll in the first half of this one. Late in the second quarter, Davidson is going to find Javari Funchess, and he'll waltz into the end zone to make it 30-0 Lansing Everett before the half. The Vikings win big and post a shutout, 42-0 the final.
Oh, a lot of shutouts tonight, that's for sure. Well, it's time for us to take a quick water break, but when we come back, we're going to take a tour around the CAAC Red.
Yes, because Gary Houghton and his Mason Bulldogs were back at home tonight against Williamston, looking to extend a 5-year winning streak against the Hornets.
Yeah, while Brad Thomas's squad welcomed Lansing Eastern to Vikings country, would Haslett be able to ink its 3rd straight win? It's all coming up next on the Dean Trailways 5th quarter, so grab your snack and meet us right back.
The Dean Trailways 5th quarter is sponsored by Dean Trailways of Michigan.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
When it comes to hearing aids, one size doesn't fit all. Let our doctors of audiology find the right fit for your listening needs, lifestyle, and communication goals.
Hearing starts here at Advanced Audiology.
For a limited time, get super fast internet and YouTube TV starting at just $82.98 per month.
Wow. If you were recently injured in a motor vehicle crash, you may now be colliding with the complicated new Michigan Auto No-Fault Insurance Law. Don't get hurt again. Get help dealing with these legal changes. Call the leaders in Michigan motor vehicle injury law. Call the Sinus Stramus Law Firm. Serving injured people throughout Michigan for over 70 years. The Sinus Stramus Law Firm.
Unlock lots of loot at Firekeepers with the $185,000 Unlock the Loot giveaway on Saturday, September 30th. You could be one of 25 winners to pick a case that contains up to $12,500 in Red Hot credits or up to $20,000 cash. Earn entries daily through September 30th. Plus earn double entries on Wednesdays for the Unlock the Loot giveaway. The best giveaways, the biggest guaranteed prizes, only at Firekeepers Casino Hotel.
At Hometown Liquor in Haslett, we provide an exceptional one-stop shopping experience. Choose from our selection of premium spirits, wine, craft brews, newest seltzers, and imports or domestic beers. Fill your tank while stocking up on snacks, sodas, slushies, milkshakes, coffee, and more. Take home award-winning chicken or pizza for the family from Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. At Hometown Auto Care, we service and do major repair on all makes and models. Hometown Liquor at the corner of Haslett and Marsh Roads.
Compassion works here. Unfriendly does not. If you're made of the right stuff, consider a career at the Michigan Department of Corrections. We offer great pay and benefits, paid training, and we have immediate openings for corrections officers, healthcare professionals, food service workers, and more. To find openings in your area, go to michigan.gov/MDOC jobs. We're MDOC, good jobs for good people.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. After only losing a handful of players this past offseason, to no surprise, Gary Houghton and his Bulldogs have been full steam ahead, putting up an average of 43 points per game thus far.
Yeah, and that kind of offense is what has helped the Bulldogs keep the upper hand in many of their annual meetings of late. Williamston included. The Hornets haven't topped the Bulldogs since 2018. So would tonight be their lucky night? A great crowd for homecoming at Mason. Well, Williamston got out to a 6-0 lead. Mason took control late in the half. Kaysen Carswell airs it out to Cole Rise over the middle. He bounces off a couple of tacklers and breaks free for the score. Later in the half, Carswell is going to look deep again, and he'll connect once again with Tyler Baker for another touchdown. Mason really poured it on the last 5 minutes or so of the second quarter. Carswell had 293 yards and 4 touchdowns in this one. Mason up 30-6 at half, and at the half, senior running back A.J. Martell, your homecoming king, along with Queen Haley Cruisinga. How could this night possibly get better for Martell? How about a touchdown run for him in the second half? Mason continues to roll with a 37-12 win on homecoming, and the King's edict after the game was for everybody to give some love to the big fellas up front.
Our line does a great job up front. Can I name all of them? They don't ever get their name. I'm going to name all of them. Nick Sade, Connor Osipsik, Brendan Miller, Grant Gilchrist, and Jace Chakor do a great job up front. They never get recognition. I want to give it to them.
There are so many kids that are leaders, but he is the one. He sets the tone for these guys, so we're very proud of him. He does so many things well, and he sets the example in the classroom. He sets the example with his behavior, so we're very proud of him.
Well, I like the new haircut, AJ. How about we check on Mason's opponent next week? Hazlitt welcomed in Lansing Eastern tonight, and after taking a 35-0 lead into halftime, the Vikings came out, and who else but my guy Nakai taking it to the house. Nakai Amakari scores his second touchdown of the game. His brother Corey also had 2 touchdowns. And another Viking who got to celebrate in the end zone was senior Damon Mack. He kicks it to the outside, increases the Hazlitt lead. The Vikings pitch the shutout and win 52-0, and will now get ready for a trip to Mason next Friday.
You know that one is going to be good. Well, down in Jackson, the Vikings welcomed in the Pirates of Pinckney, and this game was a defense showdown with both teams not wanting to budge until the second quarter, until Kadir Sumner snatches the ball from the receiver and takes it all the way to the house for a 6-yard pick six. That would be just the beginnings for the Vikings, because they decided to go for 2, and Kyson Cooper scores from 2 yards out to put Jackson up 8-0. Pinckney would score to make this a 1-point game, but an Andrew Bloodfield goal to end the first half was all the breathing room the Vikings needed. Jackson wins 13-7 the final.
And over at Jackson Lumen Christi, the Titans welcomed in U of D Jesuit and showed them what Mid-Michigan ball is all about. Kadale Williams rips it through the line of scrimmage like string cheese and puts Lumen Christi in prime-time scoring position, which would set up Isaac Raber to muscle up and increase the Lumen Christi lead to 21-6 in the third quarter. Then in the fourth quarter, the Titans going to go on the ground once again. This time, Xavier Gallet will not be denied. Lumen Christi goes on to win 28-6, improving to 4-0.
All right, we're making our way to the CMAC now to see how our Six Sports Player of the Week, Jacob Hoffman, would do tonight against Bath.
Yeah, we tipped our hat to Hoffman this week after he tossed 5 touchdowns in the Eagles' 53-0 win over Perry. So yeah, what would he have up his sleeve tonight?
Well, let's find out. The Bees came buzzing into Fowler Country for tonight's showdown, but the Eagles would fly away with this one early. Leave it to Hoffman to get the party started. Fires one deep downfield to his brother Zach, that Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson connection, who makes the grab and strolls into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. Fowler with the ball again. Hoffman finds Carter Lance in the flat, who jukes by not 1, not 2, but 3 defenders before finally being taken down for a big gain. And then the Hoffman brothers, they strike again. Zach gets it on the screen, picks up a few blocks, and nobody is catching him. Another TD for John Spicer's crew. Hoffman had 348 yards tonight. Fowler posted second straight shutout, 51-0 the final. Now, just 13 minutes west of Pirate Country, Puama Westphalia welcomed Dansville to town tonight, and they were hoping to build off their 26-7 win over Lanesburg last week. Second quarter, PW leading, but Dansville strikes. Trent Eckerson finds Cade Bristol in the corner of the end zone. Aggies with an 8, but the Pirates responded almost immediately. Brayton Thalen gets the toss, cuts upfield, and he turns on the burners. 54 yards to the Hizzle. Pirates back up 15. Yeah, the house.
Oh.
Yeah, then check out this. PW fields the punt return and runs a reverse, or so we think. Psych. Grant Pohl does
Connor,
not have
you
the
messed
ball.
that up.
Yeah, William Bangle has it, and he has room to run. He slips past a couple defenders and into the end zone. PW rolls past the Aggies 52-6.
Well, it's time for us to take our final TO of the night, but when we come back, we're going to take you to East Lansing because it was Hall of Fame induction night.
Yeah, not only are you going to hear from one of the best running backs to don the green and white, but the all-time winningest coach in Michigan State football's history shares why he believes acting coach Harlan Barnett is ready for tomorrow's game.
Whether it's sunny one minute or raining the next, the Storm Checker 6 weather app has all of Mid-Michigan covered. Download it today.
At MSU FCU, we believe that if you can dream it, you can achieve it. In 3 months, you'll be sporting that new watch. In 6 months, you'll be traveling with friends. And in 1 year, you'll begin a new chapter in your life. Open a certificate today.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
to redefine yourself,
to improve yourself,
to challenge yourself,
to realize there's more in you
than you ever knew
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
the best training,
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
When it comes to hearing aids, one size doesn't fit all. Let our doctors of audiology find the right fit for your listening needs, lifestyle, and communication goals.
Hearing starts here at Advanced Audiology.
WLNS is accepting nominees for this fall Extraordinary High School Student of the Week. Do you know a high school student that's extraordinary in one of the branches of creative activities, band, art, choir, dance, or any other creative expressions? WLNS would like to acknowledge their remarkable talent during our Friday night 5:30 p.m. newscast. Nominate your high school student today.
Betting online could be fun, but if you don't set spending limits, you could turn your life upside down. For more tips that will help, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board.
We're not just rattling off headlines. We are telling the story of people's lives. We are all connected in our community. So for me, fun is being able to deliver those stories in a way that's warm and friendly.
Just ask what is on the hearts and the minds of everyday Americans, and you find that when you do that, you have the most honest, raw, fun conversations.
You do not have to vilify the person who's on the other side of the screen. Have a conversation.
Morning in America, weekday mornings at 6/5 Central on News Nation.
At MSU FCU, we believe that if you can dream it, you can achieve it. In 3 months, you'll be sporting that new watch. In 6 months, you'll be traveling with friends. And in 1 year, you'll begin a new chapter in your life. Open a certificate today.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. Tonight at the Clarabelle Smith Center, Michigan State Athletics celebrated its 2023 Hall of Fame class.
And out of the 9 inductees, former running back Javon Ringer was the headliner.
Yeah, prior to tonight's induction ceremony, he told us he was in shock when athletic director Alan Haller originally called him, but fast forward to today and it is real. Ringer was able to reveal his plaque earlier tonight with his family looking on, and it caused him to feel an array of emotions.
It's a surreal moment just because I just can't shake that feeling of like, yo, man, did I really deserve that? Now I look at it and I see like, you know, numbers and stats, and it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. That's pretty cool. But I don't know, man. Seeing it, I feel like it's still gonna take a little bit of time. Like every time I walk down these halls, of course I'm gonna look at it, and eventually maybe it'll sink in.
Well, former Michigan State football coach Mark D'Antonio made sure to swing by the Hall of Fame induction ceremony tonight to support Ringer, but it's not the only reason he's back in EL now.
Yeah, D'Antonio arrived in town Monday to begin working with the football team. He said when athletic director Alan Haller called him on Sunday about coming back to help, he was changing one of his grandkids' diapers.
D'Antonio made it clear tonight. He said it is not his place to step in and coach over Harlan Barnett, who is serving as the Spartans' acting coach in the wake of Mel Tucker's suspension. He confirmed he will not be wearing a headset, but will be on the sideline. And after being in town for the past few days, D'Antonio believes Barnett is ready.
Really impressed with what Coach Barnett has done this week, you know, just picking up the pieces a little bit and helping move things forward. Been very, very positive. Great energy from the players. Been impressed with the players and their outlook on things, and you know, got to step forward.
Yeah, they got to take a really big step forward tomorrow.
Number 8, Washington.
Michael Penix Jr. is in town.
Yeah, and then first game, obviously, without Mel Tucker on the sidelines. Thanks for being with us tonight, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you tomorrow.